I'll start with a quick review for this book, Tribes. I'll give this book 3 out of 5. It wasn't interesting. I really like the fact that it's short. In general, Seth Godin books are short and straight to the point. That's what I like about it. This one specifically wasn't one of his bests, but it was a good overview about what he was talking about how tribes forms. So it was interesting, but not enough. So I didn't really like the main premise. It wasn't very clear what the main premise was, but there was some interesting parts in the book. That's why it got a 3. Let's see the notes. Leaders use inspiration rather than managing. That's what a leader used to is they inspire rather than manage. 1,000 true fans are enough for growing since they would bring more. So that's what you only need 1,000. You don't need more than 1,000 because they bring other people. Factories are stable, but they don't create change. That's one thing that is good about factories is the stability. However, they often have a hard time changing. Small tribes are not always inferior. There is some good things about small tribes. Everyone are often wrong. Something to remember that this is part of life. Sheep behavior is people who behave like sheeps in their lack of will for change. Those people are often very compliant and afraid of being fired. That's what sheep behavior is. People who are sheeps, basically, they don't like change, very compliant, and they are afraid of change, which the author argues against. Being willing to fail is making us closer to success. We should at least have the ability to fail, because without failing, we cannot succeed. When fear takes over, that's when tribes fail. When you must be there, that's what happens with religion. That's one of the problems with religion, that you must be there. And that's not how it should be, because when you must be there, there is lack of will, if you may, to stay there. So that's not good, and that's what often happens with religion. Getting credit is not the important part. Changes. Many people try to get the credit, but this is not what's important. What's important here? What's important is change. So again, that's an interesting overview about how tribes are formed and what's good and not. But again, I felt like there is some completeness or some conformity missing in this book. So not very clear what's the main point. It's about leadership, a lot about leadership, but it's not necessarily understandable just from reading the title. So that's it. 3 out of 5. Thank you.